Just a little disclaimer, please do not harass anyone who is featured in this video. This is all just supposed to be a satirical take on Twitter drama. Seriously, don't harass anyone. This is all just meant to be played up for laughs. Okay, enjoy. Twitter court.
Alright, so I'm Judge Leafy, and I will be presiding over this case today. Now we have a very juicy case today, ladies and gentlemen, between Jonathan Swanson and Dream. Now, the first person I'm calling to the stands is one Josh, aka Bo Black. Now, Mr. Josh, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you Allah?
Yes, I do.
So, give your account of the situation.
Well, Dream came out with a Reddit post that claimed that John Swan copied him, so naturally I shared this on my channel. However, I don't believe at the moment that John Swan is guilty. There's just not enough evidence at the moment for me to say that John is guilty. Plus, why would John do this? This is pretty much a career-ending move in my opinion. He'd probably lose subs for doing this.
Alright, so next to the stands, one Optimus.
Okay, yes, thank you, Your...
So what can you tell me about this whole Twitter drama between Dream and John Swan?
So, I've Swan before, and he seemed like a pretty cool dude. I wouldn't say we're that close of friends, but he wouldn't do something like this. Even I know that this would probably cause him to lose subs.
But Nathan, you are aware that just because it doesn't seem like a person can do something, doesn't mean they're not capable of doing it.
Yes, I do, but however, let's be real. Dream did some things himself, playing detective, live streaming on a small channel. Like, that's just something you don't do. My stance on the situation at the moment is still gonna be on John Swan because there's no evidence.
Alright, one next calls to the stand, one Diesel Patches.
Should I be here? This is not exactly my Twitter drama.
Now, Diesel Patches, when you were at 100,000 subscribers, you were accused of making a video saying you don't like me.
Whoa, hold up. God damn it, Calvin. This isn't about you. This is about the John Swan versus Dream drama. You were supposed to bring Harley TBS to the stands, moron. Diesel Patches, you're free to go home. Actually, I want to stay here. It looks pretty interesting. Okay, but if you say the big gay, I'm gonna stick my foot up your ass. Capiche?
I call one Harley TBS to the stands. Now, Harley, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes, I do.
Now, Harley, you've been accused of flip-flopping in this case. How true is that? Are you flip-flopping, Harley?
That is not true at all. I didn't flip-flop in any case. All I was doing was looking at the situation with a critical eye, and it seemed like I'm flip-flopping. Yeah, but it does seem like you're flip-flopping, Harley. One moment you were with John Swan, and now you're with Dream. That doesn't make any sense. Yes, because after reviewing the evidence, I've come to realize that John Swan is in the wrong, not Dream. John Swan's story has a lot of holes in it.
Alright, Harley, thanks for giving your 2 cents. Alright, so I now call Dream to the stands.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, what can you tell me about this whole drama?
So around last year, John Swan decided it would be a hilarious thing to do and copy my account. Now his excuse is that it was some autistic 12-year-old, but let's be real, when he literally said autist, that was pretty confusing because at first he said 12-year-old and now he's saying autistic 12-year-old. Plus, an autistic 12-year-old wouldn't be able to hack. That's impossible.
But Dream, didn't you also go on a live stream? Also, didn't you stream the whole Keemstar interview?
I admit I did live stream it and I kinda blowed things out of proportion to an extent, but it was never meant to hurt John Swan or slander him. That was just a blatant lie. I did not slander John Swan.
So now we are bringing in one Nicholas DiOrio.
Your Honor, I have proof that my client Dream did not do anything to slander John Swan. Firstly, let's look at John Swan's story. At first, John Swan claimed that it was a 12-year-old, or a 12-year-old relative rather, that hacked the account. And that doesn't make any sense because not every 12-year-old in the world can hack. Secondly, he changed the story from 12-year-old to autistic 12-year-old, which that doesn't make any sense either. That makes less sense. And did I mention that he didn't even bring up the fact when he changed it to autistic 12-year-old? I don't know if he kept it to relative or not, or he changed that too. His story, Your Honor, it just doesn't add up. Logically, it doesn't add up.
Alright, so I now call Tipster to the stand.
Your Honor, I don't believe that John Swan would do all of this. As everybody has previously stated, this would probably not really ruin John Swan, but he really would lose subscribers. Really and truly, Your Honor, it doesn't really add up. Besides, I've known John for a while, and I know John wouldn't do this.
So is that all the points that you have?
Well, I don't know what other evidence you want me to have. That's all that I really got.
Yeah, that's all the deliberation I needed to hear from you. Thank you, Tipster. Get off the stand. I now call John Swan to the stands.
Okay, so I'm going to admit I did it. I was the one who copied John Swan and sent all of those emails, all of those text messages, whatever the hell you call them. I did it. Yeah, so a year ago, me and my friends were messing around, but for some reason, Dream ended up finding out, and I panicked, so I decided to lie. The whole situation was inconsequential as fuck, but I don't know, I just panicked. I didn't want to be found out, so I lied. And in turn, I pretty much destroyed my trust with everybody here, and I destroyed Dream. I almost destroyed Dream's career. I'm sorry, okay? I truly am. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't expect it to go as far as this went. This is all my fault, and I take responsibility. Blacks, Tipster, Augie, if you're out there, everybody who protected me and defended me, I'm sorry. I destroyed your trust. I shouldn't have done that. That was coming.
Hey, order in my court, bitches. This is my fucking court. Now, has the jury reached a verdict yet?
Yes, Your Honor. We, the jury, find John Swan guilty of all charges, and may he live his life out with Turkey Tom as a bird. Wait, you said Turkey Tom's coming back to YouTube? Fuck that shit.
So, any closing statements, Anon?
Yeah, I have closing statements, but I want to do this in my fashion. My closing statements are: everybody in the community fucked up. I'm not even gonna hide it. Everybody messed up one way or another. And the worst part about it, the people who I usually look up to and know that they look at things with a keen eye, like Optimus, Augie, Blacks, and Tipster, those guys literally can see two sides to the story. And instead of them applying that logic that they know to the situation, they completely messed up and completely took to John Swan's side because they wouldn't expect John Swan to do that. That's a retarded logic. Just because the person looks normal doesn't mean they're not capable of doing something abnormal. And it seems like that idea just flew out the window. But I feel bad for Harley. He's the person I feel bad for, Harley and Dream. because Harley's 2 years older than me, so I see Harley as like a big brother figure. And essentially, the guy who I see as a big brother for me got what? He was accused of flip-flopping, which he didn't even do that. He just looked at the evidence and said none of what John Swan is saying makes any fucking sense. Like, I don't get it. The guy was accused of flip-flopping, like, that made any sense. And I can understand why it came off that way, but let's be real. Would you want to expose your best friend if you knew... Would you want to expose your friend if you knew he did something scummy? And the worst part about it, John Swan took the time to apologize to everyone, but he didn't even apologize to Harley. Like, that's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. You don't apologize to the guy who you essentially screwed over. That's a scummy thing to do. Can John Swan be redeemed at this point? I don't even know. Because he did a big screw up and didn't even apologize to the person who... Essentially, he screwed over the person. He screwed over Harley. And nobody else in the commentary community seems to want to apologize to Harley. Even though they fucked up too. I don't get it. Nobody else in the community is seeming to apologize to Harley for saying he flip-flopped, because I already know the two persons who said Harley flip-flopped, and they haven't even apologized for the fact. They recently made videos, Harley's name was nowhere to appear, like Harley's fucking invisible. As for Dream, the guy's wholesome. The guy looks like he couldn't really hurt a fly or sound like he could hurt a fly. And that's the guy you're saying who lied about the situation? Like, seriously, it seems as if logic left the chat because I didn't see anybody applying that to the situation. Nobody applied any logic, nobody looked at it with a critical eye, everybody just decided to jump ship. It's just like the pyrocynical situation. Because like that situation, everybody was flip-flopping, and I have to put that in quotes because the irony is, they say Harley was flip-flopping when the irony is they flip-flopped during the pyrocynical situation, and it seems as if nobody could realize it. First, they believed Pyro, then they believed Ivory, then it was back to Pyro, then it was back to Ivory, then it was back to Pyro, then Turkey Tom dropped his retarded video, and all of a sudden everybody turned on Turkey Tom. And no, I don't support what Turkey Tom did, but all I'm saying is that the irony is real, and it seems as if nobody could realize that irony, it's real. It's very real. Ivory, if you're watching this, but if you're watching this, Ivory, I have to apologize if you're watching this, because essentially nobody believed you, and the worst part about it is, every commentator took the time out to apologize to Dream, which I can understand as this was his situation, but John Swan dragged you into this situation and everybody turned on you, and instead of apologizing to both you and Dream, essentially it's just Dream. And yeah, and I can understand why Dream needs the apology more than you do, because essentially John almost tarnished his career, but everybody turned on you too, so they should have apologized to you as well. But yo, let's just head back to court.
Alright, so the meeting is now adjourned. Thanks for watching.